Now, Purple Eyes is a very interesting tool. People tend to struggle with it a bit in the beginning. It's a metaphor, and it's setting up a very, very important point of view versus how most people go into communications and more importantly, what it means to them. Now, you know, in the Inevitable You and in neural pattern work, meanings of things are incredibly important. So Purple Eyes tells a story, and I'll set it up with a client. I'll say, look, now if this was real, you've heard about me, you come to see me the first time, you spend a lot of time preparing, I've spent a lot of time preparing for you, and you walk in, you kind of meet, we kind of shake hands, everything is exciting, we're quite happy, and then I say, you know what, I'm very good at this, I really know what I'm doing, here's the problem you have purple eyes. And then I stop, and then I wait. And I ask people, now if this legitimately was what I said to you, what would you think? Now when people are overthinking questions, they'll like, well, I wonder about my eye color, or why did you say that? Or, but most people's gut reaction are going to be, what? Purple, what are you? I spent this money, I'm seeing you, you're a nut job. I don't even want to be here now. I'm leaving. You are a lunatic. And they leave. Now, if I said, yeah, that was one option. Now, option two, you walk in and I go, look, the problem with your parents have led to attachment disorder, and you're struggling with that. And then, classic signs of, school and birth order, sibling envy, and I'm telling you all about your life. You'd be sitting there going like, wow, this guy's a genius. I love everything he's saying to me. I do have problems with my parents, and it was this, and I remember that, and I never thought of that way, but yeah, that makes sense. I'm going to add that in. And you start agreeing with me. Now, the question I have is, really, what's the difference between me saying purple eyes and me saying, here's your model of the world, repeated back to you, with some analysis attached to it. What really is the biggest difference? And the biggest difference is you don't believe this and you do believe this. So this is the root theory, the root practical applications of neural work. This I love. This is Don Miguel Ruiz, one of his 4 agreements. And people really struggle with this sometimes. Your opinion of me is none of my business. Why? Because it comes from my model of the world. It's how I see things. It's all about me. It's all me. I'm talking about you, but I'm telling you everything about me in the process. Now, the way most people believe that communications happens is, A talks to B and tells B about B, and then B responds to A, answers, may tell a little bit about B, but, tells about A. And most people go, well, that's how communications works, right? Actually, technically, at the neural pattern level, that's not what happens. Here's what happens. A opens their mouth and tells the model of the world and all about A. And then B responds with B's model of the world and all how B looks at what A said, what B wants the conversation to do, but it's all about B. Even when you're talking directly to A or B about it. And then A responds again and reinforces their model of the world, and so on. And when you think about it, that you're able to break down purple eyes, I see the problem, you have purple eyes. It's ludicrous on its face, but that's part of the reason why it's a metaphor, because people on their face struggle with this little sentence. And that is a massive, massive positive truism, that what people think of you is none of your business. They can tell you, you can thank them, you can acknowledge them, but why would you get upset? Why would you attach any meaning? Why would you do anything other than go, hey, nice model of the world, or great model of the world, or hey, sucks to be you, you got a difficult model of the world. But other than that, why would it become your business? The only thing that becomes business now, however, is if you're doing data with them, meaning we have a deal, it's your teenage child, it's a spouse, it's a colleague at work. Now the data is in between, but the software, the meaning that you're creating is not.